All right, let's just cut right to the chase for a brutal reality check, especially if you are in middle or senior management. If you are sitting in tech hubs like Bengaluru, Hyderabad, or Pune right now, you need to hear this. The era of surviving corporate India just by keeping your head down, being a quote-unquote hard worker, or even just knowing how to casually type things into ChatGPT, it is officially over. We're in the middle of a permanent shift toward autonomous AI. And in today's Explainer, we're going to break down exactly why the old rules just don't apply anymore and how you can avoid becoming completely obsolete. Look at this number. If you're caught up in the absolute crisis of stagnant appraisal cycles hovering between 3 and 5%, or if you're dealing with aggressive performance improvement plans and silent middle management restructuring, this is why. This 3 to 5% reality represents a system that literally no longer rewards sheer manual effort. The traditional corporate ladder is being dismantled right in front of us, and honestly, a lot of professionals are completely unaware of the invisible forces actually driving it. Because here is what's really happening. Indian IT giants and global capability centers, they aren't just playing around with AI experiments anymore. They are ruthlessly deploying it as a hardcore cost-cutting mandate. The reality is that the workload that historically took an entire team, we're talking 5 software engineers, 2 business analysts, and a project manager, is now being seamlessly run by a single, highly skilled agentic AI professional. Companies are waking up to the fact that they simply do not need the massive headcount they used to rely on. And we really need to shatter this dangerous illusion that your 8, 10, or 15 years of legacy experience is somehow going to magically shield you. If your daily grind is manually compiling reports, writing standard code, managing basic client emails, or just fighting with spreadsheets, you are incredibly vulnerable. Just think about it for a second. AI doesn't need to sleep, it doesn't ask for a hike, and it absolutely does not complain about a 70-hour work week. You literally cannot outwork a machine that never gets tired. Okay, so that brings us to Section 1, the paradigm shift, corporate sloggers versus AI architects. The workforce is actively splitting into 2 entirely different classes. On one side, you've got the corporate sloggers. Now, these folks might even have grabbed some cheap weekend generative AI certificates, which creates this massive dangerous skill illusion. They know about AI, sure, but they are still stressed out, working 10 to 12 hours manually fighting Excel formulas, and they remain highly replaceable. On the other side, true agentic AI architects. These leaders don't just chat with AI, they design systems. They deploy autonomous Python agents to do the execution for them, freeing up their own time purely for high-level strategic decision-making. Let's get into how they actually do it. Core survival skill number 1, contextual prompt engineering. So here is the classic mistake most corporate workers make. They go to an AI and type a generic, one-line prompt like, write an email explaining a project delay to a client. They treat it like a Google search, and the robotic, completely generic output you get from that lazy mind site, it's totally useless for a high-stakes corporate environment. It won't sound like you, and you definitely can't send it to a vice president or a major client. The secret is implementing a meticulous 4-step RCOP framework to bypass that generic fluff. First, role. You have to tell the AI exactly who it is, like you are a principal technical project manager with 15 years of experience. Second, context. Give it the exact parameters. The onshore team missed the deployment deadline due to an AWS server outage. Third, objective. What does it need to do? Draft a reassuring email taking full accountability. And finally, constraints. Set strict boundaries. Keep it under 250 words. Use crisp bullet points. No flowery AI buzzwords. When you engineer your prompts this way, you get elite, human-grade output in minutes. It is an absolute game changer. Moving right along. Core survival skill number 2, autonomous workflow orchestration. The future firmly belongs to those who understand multi-agent workflows. This is true agentic AI. We are stepping way beyond simple chatbots here. Agentic AI tools actually think, they plan, they choose their own tools, they correct their own errors, and they autonomously execute entire end-to-end tasks. Instead of you manually copying text from an email, pasting it into a chat window, and then pasting the result back into an Outlook draft, an elite AI architect uses automation to link all these systems together so it runs without any manual copy-pasting. Let me give you a real-world example. Think about a typical exhausting Monday morning for an operations manager. Instead of spending your whole morning tracking client feedback and manually updating spreadsheets, you build this timeline. An autonomous agent continuously monitors your Slack. When a critical message comes in, it automatically tags the priority and analyzes the sentiment. Then it instantly updates your Jira database with a summary.
At the same time, a specialized writing agent drafts a context-aware response based on how you resolved past tickets and just drops it straight into your drafts folder. What used to consume 3 hours of intense, error-prone manual labor every single Monday morning, it is instantly transformed into a simple 60-second review process. Literally, 60 seconds. You open your inbox, review the AI's draft, click send, and you're done. This is how you reclaim your time and decouple your corporate value from the actual physical hours you are forced to sit at a desk. All right, on to core survival skill number 3, enterprise data literacy. We all know corporate India basically runs on spreadsheets. So many professionals spend half their careers running complex VLOOKUPs trying to spot trends. But under the new AI analytics paradigm, you don't need to manually write complex nested formulas anymore. You can securely feed raw CSV data right into a model's code execution environment and literally just talk to it in plain English. You just tell it, hey, clean this data set, find the top 3 underperforming client regions in the Q2 data, run a predictive trend analysis, and write the Python code to visualize it. And within seconds, the system spits out something like this: beautifully visualized predictive insights. You can confidently walk into a high-level quarterly business review armed with deep data, while your peers are still frantically color-coding their Excel cells, trying to make sense of raw numbers. You're just operating on a completely different level of strategic value. This quote really hits the nail on the head. The skill is no longer knowing how to build the chart. The skill is knowing what business questions to ask the data. The manual execution, the dragging, the dropping, the formatting, that is completely outsourced to the machine now. Your ability to ask the right, high-impact questions is what becomes your most valuable asset. So let's talk about your automation blueprints. While mapping out these 3 details on screen, your domain, your experience, and your biggest bottleneck, is a great first step to understanding your own gaps. To actually build this blueprint, you can't rely on cheap, on-demand video courses that just give you a false sense of security. You need premium live mentorship. That is exactly why you need AI Skill Ace, the definitive destination for true AI mastery. Led by founder Shrikant Bhowmick, who is a Fortune 500 corporate advisor, visiting faculty at top IITs and IIMs, and a Google and Microsoft certified expert, this is a highly exclusive mentorship program. To guarantee the absolute highest quality of dedicated faculty attention, enrollment is strictly limited to just 12 professionals per month. And because we know corporate professionals hate risk, we offer the ultimate trust signal, a 100% outcome guaranteed, or your full refund policy. The gap between the sloggers and the architects is widening at a terrifying speed. Will you be the professional replaced by an automated workflow, or the highly valued architect who builds it? Don't let automation outpace your career. If you are a senior manager, IT professional, or tech engineer ready to command a massive salary hike through true corporate AI leadership, you need to act right now. Go directly to AISkilllace.com to secure one of the 12 exclusive monthly seats, or connect via our official WhatsApp mentorship line to speak directly with our admissions team. Elevate your professional value today at AISkilllace.com and ask yourself, what will your corporate value be worth tomorrow if you do nothing today?